All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in the house. Hello, everybody. Come on in the house, you guys. It's your man KTJ, and today we're going to get into it. We're talking about what successful men desire in a wife. All right. Had a few technical difficulties, but we moving on. You know what? It's just part of life, part of the experience, and we just roll with the punches. So, you guys, welcome to the show. I am KTJ. I am a dating and relationship coach. I help high value, high quality women to find high value, high quality men for dating, relationships, and love. And we got a great show for you today. Hey, Kiana, thank you so much for joining us. If you guys are just jumping in, please feel free to jump in the chat box here and let us know that you're here. Drop your questions. If you got a question, you can drop that question in the chat box as well, because we're going to talk that talk today. So let's get into it, you guys. I've been having this conversation with highly successful men, right? Had a couple of conversations about this on Clubhouse, and it was last night and today having these conversations. And you know what? I wanted to know what successful men desired in a wife. Like, what is it about a woman that's going to cause him to say, you know what? Out of all of these women that I have in my life, out of all these choices that I have, I'm choosing this one. I wanted to know, right? And so, it happened. The guys showed up to the rooms, showed up they stepped up to the microphone and shared some things about what they are looking for in a wife. So I'm going to share some of those things here today. And then I'm going to talk about some things that are maybe keeping you from being the wife of one of these highly successful men. All right. She said with me, share with me. I'm going to share it. I'm going to let it go. All right. So you guys, but first, before we get into it, look, hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell so you don't miss anything. If this is your first time here on the show here, please hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. We got a lot more to go, a lot more to talk about, and we're going to do just that. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. A couple of the things that the men now here, let me set up the framework for you guys. So we asked the men a couple of questions. Asked the men, first of all, we asked the guys, do you consider yourself a high value man? Do you consider yourself a high value man? Do you consider yourself a high quality man? Like, kind of, do you even know the difference, right? And then we asked the question, what do you look for in a wife? All right. So it's kind of like three questions. Ask them, are you a high value man? Or are you a high quality man? And what do you look for in a wife? All right. So let's talk about the criteria by which we talked about it. High value, meaning in this context, we meant a man who is valuable to his community, right? To society. A man who's valuable in what he brings in resources to the world, right? Now, imagine it like thousands and thousands of years ago, the strongest guy in the village, right? The strongest, bravest guy the guy who has accumulated more goats than anybody. my man has accumulated more goats, more camels, more of whatever it is, right? He becomes and he is the best fighter of all, right? That brings him into a category of being very valuable. Okay. So he's valuable to the people that he is around. He brings resources, he protects the village, and he is, like, you could say, well respected amongst his peers in the village. Everybody looks at that guy and says, you know what? He's somebody we can count on. He's somebody that will take care of things. He is the alpha male. He's an alpha male in this village, right? Now, that's the high value guy. Now we can talk about high quality man, right? A high quality man might be a man who has many great qualities about his character, right? This guy might be an upstanding citizen, somebody that you can trust, somebody who tells the truth, somebody who cares about other people, somebody who shares what he has with other people, somebody who cares for those that are less fortunate, right? He is a guy who is high quality. He's not just high value. He's a guy who is of high quality, right? Now, that guy who's of high quality, he may not have any money. He may not be a man of means, right? I remember when I went into the field of social work, one of the first things they told me, they said, well, get ready to take a vow of poverty, right? Because people in social work don't make money. People in therapists and people in social business, they are one step above the people that they serve. They help people find food stamps, and half of them are on food stamps. That's what they told me, right? I didn't believe that. I saw that the pay scale was a little less a lot of times, but I decided, right? I decided even back then that I was not going to be broke, right? I was going to find a way to utilize this to make money, right? So then I started doing, I did my work by day down at the facility. And then by night, I started going out doing motivational speaking, right? Started speaking at schools and at businesses, at churches, okay? Then I got a radio show, got me more publicity, right? Then I started hosting my own events, creating my own products to sell at the events, and then I launched my book, right? So continually I decided that I was going to expand my quality beyond where I was. Now, some of my social worker friends sitting next to me every day, they were like, "Yo, Kel, how did you do all of that? I saw you sit next to me. How'd you do all that stuff on stage? I heard you on the radio. I heard you you had radio spots on this other radio station and this and that and other. Had your own CD of your motivation stuff." I said, you know what? You can put a cap on yourself if you want to. I'm going to expand. And so I kept expanding, right? And guess what? I'm still expanding. So the bottom line of that is that nobody controls your future outside of you. You decide how high you go, and you decide where you land, right? So getting back to it, so that's quality, right? And we need people of quality in our society. We need high value people. We need high quality people. Okay. So then we got to the question of asking the men, what do you look for in a wife? Now this got really interesting, right? One of the brothers said this. He said, I'm looking for a wife who can bring me peace when I come home. He said, when I get home from slaying the dragon, when I get home from fighting through traffic, when I get home from like ducking road rage, I don't want to come home to rage. I need peace. I need quiet. I need somebody who's concerned about me and cares to soothe my aching soul. Right? So that was this one guy. Now we asked him, that this is the guy, he said, I'm high value and I'm high quality. I make over 6 figures and I'm a good person. And this is what I'm looking for. Another man said, I'm looking for a team member, right? And he said, I'm looking for somebody who can grow with me, somebody who can add value to my dreams, who can add some steam to my vision. They can add to what I'm already working on. I need a woman who's going to be a team member. I don't need somebody who's just looking for a ride. I need somebody who's ready to get in there and create the engine that we both gonna ride on, right? And so a lot of women didn't have a problem with that. There was even other men who came in and said, "Look, I don't need a woman to bring no. I don't need her money. I don't need any of those things. I just need her to care about me." Said, "I don't need her to be my partner in the streets, right? I just need her to be a freak in the sheets." you know, he said, "I just need a partner who knows how to talk to me, who knows how to care about me, who knows how to bring me in when I've gone too far. Even a woman who will correct me, maybe not in public, but when we get back to the car or get back to the house, she might say, 'Babe, don't say it like that. Say it like this. Babe, don't do that other thing. I think we should do this thing over here. Babe, I think we're going to go higher and further if we do the investment thing over there,' right? So essentially what he was saying is, I want a woman that doesn't I don't have to tell everything to do, and she's got a vision for our vision. Did y'all catch that? She's got a vision for our vision. My man said, I want a woman who's got a vision for our vision. She can see some things that I can't see. And one guy I asked about it, he said, "You know what? I'm looking for a woman." He said, I'm six figures. He said, six figures. He said, I crossed six figures many years ago, right? It ain't no big deal, right? He said, but I'm looking for a woman who when I when I'm upset about something, I don't even have to tell her I'm upset about something. She's so in tune with me that she sees and she can figure out that there's something wrong and we need to make some adjustments." These men who I'm describing today, you guys, are very serious men, right? Now, I'll tell you, there are some women in the same conversation. We had some women to come up to talk about what they wanted, right? And all of them said, "Yes, I can deal with a six-figure man." All of them said, "You know what? I can deal with a six-figure man. I ain't worried about that. I can handle it." And after the third or fourth woman that came up that said, "I can handle a six-figure man," right? Oh, she said, "I want a six-figure man. I want a high value man and a high quality man. And I can handle them both." After probably about the fourth or fifth person that came up, I had to chime in. I said, "Are you sure that you can manage a high value man?" Right? Because the picture I want to give you is the picture of James Bond, right? Now, you guys remember James Bond? James Bond was about what? He was about the mission. you know, he was about the mission. He was about 007. He got the mission. He got that briefcase, and the thing said, "This message will self-destruct in 10 seconds," or whatever it was, 5 seconds, and the thing disintegrated. Right? He was about the mission. And all of the women who came into his life, they were kind of an addition for as long as he wanted them. Now, you notice, we just talking about the story in James Bond. Like, the women were, they played a role in the man's life, but his focus was on the vision and achieving the goal. Now, he'd play around, he'd enjoy himself, be social, be masculine, but he understood his job was to take care of the vision. Well, you know what? All women are not prepared for that life. All women are not prepared to be second to the vision. There's some women that like after that man gets married, they think, "Oh, well, I guess you're going to stop doing all those things. I guess you're going to stop being who you are." No. James Bond is always going to be James Bond. And you will always be second to the mission. So the question is, can you handle being second to the mission? Can you handle having late nights at home by yourself? Can you handle my man being gone and you can't come? You can't go on the mission. Can you handle having a telephone relationship? Can you handle the busy life of a man who is of high value and a successful man? Can you handle the women who want to be with that successful man? Because let's not cap. Let's not cap. There are plenty of women who want to be with James Bond. There are women who are all around, and y'all know, it took me a long time to learn this, but I learned it. That women, if a man can make a woman feel a certain kind of way, a woman will throw away all her morals, all her previous thoughts about life, right? A woman will allow a lot of things that happen in her life if a man makes her feel a certain way. And so, James Bond made a lot of women feel a certain way. And they all wanted him. And they all wanted him to themselves. So as we talk about being with a successful man, the question is, can you handle being next to a successful man? A lot of women think that they can, but a lot of women find out they can't. Now, all of those things, the thing about the high quality man, right? He understands that he's going to have to serve his woman, right? He understands that all of life is not going to be about himself. He's going to have to serve his woman. He's going to have to be there for her. He's going to have to listen to her. He's going to have to console her. He's going to have to deal with all the things that come with her and come into his life because of her, right? Sometimes the high value man don't have time for that, right? Because work calls, right? So just understand, you have to know what you are asking for. Can you handle what you're asking for? Can you deal with the thing you say that you want? It's easier. It looks easier than it is. So another thing that stops, that may be a hindrance in dealing with high value, high quality men is their time, right? Now let me give you guys this, and I probably said this before. For a man to give you his time, right? It's easier actually for a man, especially a successful man, it's easier for him to give you his money than it is for him to give you his time, right? And so, because money, you could just boop, 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 that's coming back again. But time is an unrenewable resource, and it's never coming back. So if a man is willing to invest his time with you, his time in you, then that man is really into you and he's serious. But if a man never has time for you, now that's the little caveat, you guys, because if a man is about what he say he is about, he is going to have to spend time with you. If he says he wants you, he's going to have to spend time with you. And I don't care how busy the guy is, you're going to have to find some kind of time to spend with the woman that you say you want to be with. You just can't do it all. You're going to have to spend time. She's not going to care about all the different missions and all the stuff you got going on. You have to be willing to show up for her. And if you're not willing to show up for her, she only going to hang on there but so long and say, you know what? You're a narcissist. And listen, let's be honest, a lot of alpha men are narcissists. That's how they got to be that way. That's how they got to be so successful. A lot of successful men, a lot of alpha men they can be self-serving. But that's also the allure as to why people desire to be with them, right? So sometimes when I'm coaching other speakers to launch their careers, I'm talking to a woman. I'll tell one of my clients one time. She's a therapist. I told her, I says, you know what? Understand this. When you step out and become the brand, right? You become the strongest person in your market for what you do. People want to be you. I told her, I said, women will want to be you. You have to understand that. So they're watching everything. They're watching how you dress. They're watching how you perform, how you carry yourself, how you speak, how you connect, right? They're watching all of that. Why? Because they're not just buying what you're selling, they're buying you. So it's a heavy weight, right? And so it is for these highly successful men, right? They understand that people are buying them, so they have to be on in that way. So I listen. If you want a high value man, high quality man, if you want a man who is in demand, you can have one. You can have one, and I'm gonna give you guys a couple. I'm gonna give you a couple of hints as to how to make that happen. And you guys drop me some love. Let me know that you're listening, and let me know that that this is valuable to you. Give me a thumbs up on the video when check it out. All right. So let's say you've decided now that I've explained it to you, you decided, you know what? I do want a high value man. I do want one of these men who are in demand. Here's what you have to do. You have to look at who this man is and what he values. Now, this isn't for everybody. This is only for those who raise their hand and say, you know what, this is the guy I want, or this is the quality of man that I want. I want an A player. Okay, here you go. You look at what he is, look at what he's doing, and ask yourself, how can I add value to this man's life and his activities? Now, understand this. Understand this. Two things about single successful men. Two things. One, they're not just single for no reason. Can we understand that? Can we comprehend that, y'all? They're not just single for no reason. They are single for a good reason, because somebody has had enough. Hey, listen to me. Look, somebody had enough. Somebody said, you know what? I can't take this no more. And they said, you know what? I'm out of here. Single, successful men have had women before, and they're single for a reason. They're probably single because the last person couldn't take them being so focused on the mission, right? So understand that. They've been broken up with before, or they have broken up with somebody before, and they will again. Understand that. Here's something else you got to understand. That there, listen to this. This came to me as through my own observation, and you guys can grab this. I want you to even observe it yourself. There are very few single men, successful men. I could almost just say single men, period. But we just talking about successful men today, right? There are very few. Listen to this. There are very few single successful men that don't have women helicoptering in their life. I call them helicopter women, right? Very few single successful men that don't have any women in their life. Now, I said this one time, and there's a pastor who says, yes, there are. He said, that's not true, because I don't have women. Only women I got is my daughter and my mama. Okay. for now. But trust me, even that guy has women who are helicoptering in his life, even if he acts like he's not seeing them. Now, I'm not saying that these single successful men are sleeping with all of these women, these 4, 5, 6 women who are helicoptering in his life. Some of the guys are. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, right? Some of those guys are like the air traffic controller, waving them in and sending them out. So that happens. Let's be honest. We adults. Let's be honest. So that happens. But I'm not telling you that he's sleeping with all those women, but I am telling you that they exist. So there's very few single men who don't have any women in their life. So the question is, what's going to cause him to gravitate towards you versus all of those other helicopter women that are in his life? Here it is. You adding value to his world and his life. I like to use that example. My man wants to be the biggest donut maker in the city, right? He's ambitious. He's looking to build a donut empire, right? The woman who adds value to his life gets to stay, gets to be a part of it, gets to help him build it. How's that happen? Well, he's talking about being a donut maker, right? So let's say you went downtown and checked out the buildings downtown and found a nice spot, perfect spot for cupcakes and donuts, right? You may even do some research and find out what the numbers are. Go back to him and say, you know what? I hear you talking about this donut and cupcake business, right? I was downtown just driving around and I saw a building. Now, I don't want to get in your business. This is how you frame it up. I don't want to get in your business, but, if you want me to, I'll tell you about it if you're interested. But, if you're not interested, it's okay, right? My man's definitely going to be interested. Say, you know what? Yeah, tell me about it. He said, oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's a building on the corner, and I was just curious. I'm curious about things, and I just wanted to see what it was going to be all about. So I went down. I gave a call to see what the numbers are and what the square footage is and what the blah, blah, blah is. And they told me, you interested? Yeah, I'm interested. So you give them the information. The guy said, if you want to go down there and see the building, let me know. We can set up an appointment. You want me to what you want me to do? He said, set it up. Right? You're talking about his dream. Set it up. So you set it up. He said, okay, well, you just got to be there at such and such a time. No. He said, what you mean? He's going to say, I want you to go with me since you found it. You're the plug. Why would I not want you to be there? You're adding value to this successful man, helping him to be more successful. Let me put a plug in it right there for you guys. Do y'all understand that men in general want to be more successful? Do you understand that? It's part of the man gene, right? Every man wants to be more successful. Every man wants to be more than he is. That's why we keep going. Every man wants to build. Every man wants to be rewarded with money and means. And if you are the woman who can help make that happen, he's putting you in. If you are the woman who can help him with his vision, you're the woman he wants by his side. If you can help him see what he can't see, help him do what he can't do, help him become what he has not become before you, then you are the woman that a successful man not just wants, but needs. you become the woman that the man needs. And he's not letting you go. I don't know if y'all realize that. He's not letting you go. He's not letting you go. Because you're the woman that he needs. It's a lot of women that he can have, but very few women that he needs. So, yeah. So that's the word, y'all. So listen, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Drop your comments down below. Drop your comments in the box. Let me know your thoughts on this talk. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Like, what's your thoughts on this high value stuff? Do you believe in it? Do you think that you can handle a high value man? Do you want a highly successful man? Or is just the average guy good enough for you? Let me know. I'll be glad to hear it. So if you guys need a one-on-one love coach session, inbox me. Jump in the inbox. Let's see if I can get you the banner. I can't get you the banner. Let me see if I can get you the banner. Okay. Here we go. Jump in there. You guys send me an email. Let me know that that's what you need, and we'll hook you up as well. Go ahead and register. I'm having the free course. Got the free course called Finding the One, and it's going to lead to a live course, a live talking about finding one, helping you find what you're looking for in love. All right, you guys. Till next time. Peace and love.